Hello everyone. Welcome to this video on adding the report viewer component to an ASP.NET WebForms application. Before getting into the video, let's talk a bit about the report viewer in Bold Reports. The report viewer is a reporting control that gives web and desktop applications the ability to view SSRS RDL and RDLC reports and export them. In this video, we will see how to create an ASP.NET WebForms reporting web application to display an SSRS RDL report using the Bold Reports ASP.NET WebForms report viewer. Let's create an ASP.NET WebForms application. Open Visual Studio 2019. And click Create a New Project. Now, choose ASP.NET Web Application, .NET Framework. And then click Next. Change the project name. Then click Create. Select WebForms. Select the Web API checkbox. And then click Create. After clicking the Create button, the default ASP.NET WebForms application is created. Now let's install the NuGet packages. In the Solution Explorer tab, right-click the project or solution. And choose Manage NuGet Packages. In the Browse tab, search for the Bold Reports.web package and install it in your WebForms application. Similarly, install the Bold Reports.WebForms package. I have explained the purpose of each package in the following table. The Bold Reports.web package contains helper methods to create a web API service to process the reports. The Bold Reports.WebForms package contains controls to create a client-side web report viewer control. The following table provides details about the dependency packages and their usages. The syncfusion.pdf.ASP.NET package is used for exporting RDL or RDLC reports in PDF format. The syncfusion.docio.ASP.NET package is used for exporting RDL or RDLC reports in Word format. The syncfusion.xlsio.ASP.NET package is used for exporting RDL or RDLC reports in Excel format. The syncfusion.presentation.ASP.NET is used for exporting RDL or RDLC reports in PowerPoint format. The NewTonesoft.json package is used to serialize and deserialize data for the report viewer. The dependent packages will be installed automatically when installing the Bold Reports.web package. Now let's add the assembly reference. Open the web.config file from the root folder. Add the Bold Reports.WebForms assembly reference to the system.web pages controls section and add the tag prefix as bold. The tag prefix attribute associates a prefix with the user control. This prefix will be included in the opening tag of the user control element. Now, let's reference scripts and CSS. In this video, I am using CDN links to reference scripts and CSS, but you can use local ones instead. I have included a link to an FAQ about local scripts and themes in the description for this video. Open the site.master page. And add the code in the head tag. The purpose of each script and CSS file is explained in the following table. Bold.reports.all.min.css includes the UI theme for the JavaScript reporting control. jQuery 3.5.1 is a common jQuery script that is used to render the JavaScript reporting widgets and the report viewer control. ej2base.min.js, ej2data.min.js, ej2pdfexport.min.js, and ej2svgbase.min.js are used to render the gauge item. ej2lineargauge.min.js renders the linear gauge report item. EJ2 circular gauge.min.js renders the circular gauge report item. EJ2 maps.min.js is used to render the map report item. EJ.chart.min.js renders the chart report item. bold.reports.common.min.js, bold.reports.widgets.min.js and bold.reportviewer.min.js are mandatory to render the bold reports report viewer. Since we already added the jQuery script reference in the head tag, remove the jQuery script reference from the ASP script manager to avoid conflicts. Let's add the report viewer control to the ASP.NET WebForms application. Open the default.aspx page and initialize the report viewer control in the ASP tag. Now let's add some reports that have already been created. Create a folder named Resources in the root folder in your application. This is where we will keep the RDL reports. For this video, I am going to add the sales order detail.rdl file to the resources folder. You can get the sales order detail.rdl file from the video description. I have also included a link to more samples and demos in the video description. Let's configure the Web API. The ASP.NET WebForms report viewer requires a Web API service to render the report viewer control. Right-click the controllers folder. Select Add. And then select New Item from the context menu. In the Add New Item dialog, select Web API Controller class and name it ReportViewerController.cs. And then click Add. In the ReportViewerController.cs file, add the bold reports.web.reportViewer namespace. Inherit the iReport controller interface. And then implement the methods. The iReport controller interface has a declaration of action methods that are defined in the Web API controller for processing RDL, RDLC and SSRS reports, and for handling resource requests from the report viewer control. The post report action method is used to post the request in the report process. The get resource method is used to get the resource from the report. The onInit report options method is initialized when the report is about to be processed. The onReport loaded method is initialized when the report and subreport start loading. The report helper class contains helper methods that help to process a post or get request from the report viewer control and return the response to it. It has the following methods. The get resource method is used to return the report resource to the requested key. The process report method is used to process the report request and returns the result. Let's add the routing information. Routing is the process of directing an HTTP request to a controller, and the functionality of this processing is implemented in system.web.routing. The action parameter names the action method on the controller, which is used to map the method in the controller. Open the Web API config.cs file from the app_start folder of your application. Modify the route template in the register event to include the action parameter in the URL. Now let's set the report service URL and the report path. The report path property sets the path of the report file. And the report service URL property specifies the report Web API service URL. Open the default.aspx page and set the report path and report service URL properties. To preview the report viewer, build and run the application. You can see the sales order detail report is loaded in the bold report viewer. In this video, we learned how to add a report viewer component in an ASP.NET WebForms application using bold reports. Stay tuned to this channel for our upcoming videos on bold reports. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.